From Arkansas's breaking news leader, Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
Crooks are cashing in on copper in Prairie County. Their main target, farmers and their irrigation systems. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly. The Sheriff's Office now ramping up patrols along gravel roads in the southern part of the county.
Fox 16's Rebecca Jeffrey spoke to a farmer who says this is just adding to an already difficult growing season. Rebecca.
Yeah, Kevin and Donna, they've been through a lot, from flooding this spring to now copper thefts. This agricultural community, they're ready for a break, and they hope that it results with some criminals behind bars.
Surrounded by gold, all the crooks are seeing is copper.
Those cut it from here to here.
Two of David Stroll's electric water pumps were recently stripped of their copper.
They obviously know a little bit about electricity because they got to make sure the wells are off. You know, if they cut into a live wire, we wouldn't have problems catching them.
Instead, he's playing catch up with his irrigation system during a critical part of the corn season.
It's just like human life. It's got to have water.
He's not alone. About 6 pumps, all within a mile of his farm, were hit, along with several other farms south of Hazen in Prairie County.
If they steal enough copper to make $100, it's going to cost a hardworking farmer $1,000 plus to get it fixed.
So the Sheriff's Office is adding patrols in less populated areas to cut down on copper theft.
If you are on the gravel and a deputy has real suspicion or probable cause to pull you over to check you out, we're going to check you out, see who you are.
The sheriff even posted on Facebook, "Be prepared to stop."
We're not here to violate anybody's rights. We're here to catch criminals.
Criminals Stroll once caught too.
You know, everybody needs to keep a lookout.
So he and his fellow farmers can go back to harvesting their gold.
It's the difference in between making a crop and not.
Sheriff's Office says that they do have 2 suspects, possibly a third, that they believe are involved. It's just a matter of catching them. So if you live in the Delta and have any equipment that could be stripped of its copper, be sure to keep a close eye out and report anything suspicious.
I can't help but wonder, where exactly are they taking the copper? Where are these recycling centers that accepting this, and don't they know that it's stolen from farmers?
So a lot of times, I'd say yes, but the recycling centers, they do have a log that they have to keep, and sometimes they don't keep it. And so that is where sometimes this can go under the radar. And so I know that the Attorney General's office is taking a look into some of these cases like this, and hopefully it will help to crack down on people stealing it because they won't be able to sell it.
Wow, from air conditioning units to now irrigation
systems.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
A breaking news update tonight. Fox 16 confirming the North Metro Medical Center in Jacksonville is laying off its entire emergency room staff. The hospital's CEO telling us he does not know how many jobs are on the line because the process is not complete yet and it is ongoing. They have not said if any ER staff will be allowed to transfer within the organization. The hospital says it is opening Freedom Behavioral Health as part of a restructuring plan. Jacksonville mayor says he was never given a firm closing day.
I found out they had closed when you called me, and then all the rest of the phone calls start coming in.
The hospital says it's had an open door of communication with the mayor. We're told he's been talking with new hospitals about taking over the emergency department. You can check out the hospital's restructuring plan on our website right now. Just go to fox16.com.
Now, weather to plan your day with Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin.
Well, certainly a hot day across the state. Few afternoon showers and thunderstorms, especially northern Arkansas. We really had some pretty soaking rain in some areas, but other than that, it was just plain old hot across much of the state with high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, even 100 again around Camden, close to it around Hot Springs as well as Mena with highs of 99. Of course, with the humidity feeling like over 105 at times. Some good news, though, if you're tired of all this excessive heat and humidity, not quite as hot over the next few days. We're not talking about a big cool down here, but not quite as hot, mainly due to more more in the way of some clouds and some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Now across northern Arkansas, where you had all that rain around during the afternoon, that really cooled things off. 69 Mountain Home, 70 in Harrison. Earlier thunderstorm nearby in Batesville, cooling things off down to the mid-70s. Where it hasn't rained, temperatures still very warm and humid in the low to mid-80s, and still feels like 90s out there when you factor in the humidity. So take a look at satellite and radar. You can see the area of showers and thunderstorms diminishing across northern Arkansas, and a few isolated thunderstorms across parts of central Arkansas, west of the Little Rock area, but those have really diminished very quickly over the last 30 minutes or so. With thunderstorm moving towards Lake Maumelle has just rapidly fizzled out. But we do have one thunderstorm left over, and that's in far eastern Garland County. You can see a thunderstorm pretty close to the Lonsdale area along Highway 70. That is also going to fizzle out pretty quickly over the next, say, 30 minutes to an hour at most. As we take a wider look, you can see that area of showers and thunderstorms over northern Arkansas, and then more showers and thunderstorms to the north across parts of Missouri. That is associated with a slow-moving front that's moving towards the state, and as that front moves southward, that's going to mean some higher rain chances. A few showers around tomorrow during the day, and then a better chance as we get towards the late afternoon and into the evening hours. So hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow, temperature starting off in the mid-70s. Could even be a few showers around by, say, around lunchtime or so, and going into the afternoon hours, and that's going to keep those temperatures down more in the upper 80s to lower 90s rather than mid to upper 90s. We'll talk more about these rain chances heading into the weekend coming up in your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Authorities in Blytheville investigating after a man's body was found on the side of the road. The city's police chief identifying the victim as 23-year-old Kavondre Williams, and tells us the family had recently reported him missing. No cause of death has been released, but authorities confirm they are investigating this as a homicide. We'll be sure to update you as soon as we learn more.
Following several citations over the past year, a Little Rock daycare pleaded its case today to be taken off probationary status by DHS. Love and Care Daycare in the College Station area was cited several times between May of 2018 and May of this year for malfunctioning seat belts on transportation vans and incorrect ratios for students and teachers. The Division of Child Care and Early Childhood Education put them on probation this past May. The daycare directors testified in front of board members this morning to get that probationary status removed. However, officials say the status was upheld unanimously.
The toddler room here and the infant room here, where they have a door that's about so wide, it's like 3 doors. And it's sort of hard to keep the toddlers in on that side, but I have my staff do a pretty good job.
DHS says Love and Care Daycare does have a correctional action in place. Officials plan to monitor its progress while the probationary license is in place.
New at 9, it's been almost 3 months since floodwaters took over homes and businesses in the natural state, and many families are still trying to get through the cleanup process.
Some days you feel just, why go on? Why continue doing it? And then the next day you feel, yeah, well, it's well worth it.
Well, back in May, we introduced you to Ron Nichols. This is video of his home at the Island Harbor Estates in Pine Bluff during the flood. Nichols used a boat to get around and save things inside his house. He tells Fox 16's Rochelle Turner he still has a long way to go. Rochelle?
Donna, that's exactly right. In the last several weeks, Nichols and his son have spent countless hours putting in new walls and floors. Nichols says he received some assistance from FEMA, but it just wasn't enough. So far, he's already spent more than $5,000 and still has a lot to do before he can move back in.
79 inches across. And then this other way, you'll have to read it.
It's all hard work for Ron Nichols and his son.
I don't know what I'd do without him. The main bedroom and bathroom.
The pair have spent the past few weeks rebuilding Nichols' home in the Island Harbor Estates in Pine Bluff.
Putting studs in the wall, putting all new insulation in, sheetrocking. It's taken a long time. We've done almost 100 sheets already.
This is what his home looked like back in June. Inside, Nichols did whatever he could to save his furniture and appliances.
44, 45 inches deep in floodwater. The whole neighborhood was just devastated.
Soon after the flood was over, several groups stepped in and helped out.
New Church of Life and 8 Days of Hope came by and ripped all the flood damage out, down to the bare walls.
But Nichols and several others were still stuck with thousands of dollars in repair damage. Nichols says he didn't have flood insurance and FEMA gave little assistance.
They gave us $268 to rebuild the house after it was destroyed. So that didn't go very far. That was really an insult. It just hurts your feelings.
He says for now he's going to continue to work hard and make this place home again.
I come out here every morning before 8 o'clock, and I'm here till 4, 5, 6 o'clock every afternoon doing what I can, depending on how my ankle will let me work.
Now, Nichols says he also tried to apply for a small business loan but was denied because officials said he didn't have flood insurance. I reached out to FEMA today and they told me they could not release personal information. A spokesperson says their job is to provide assistance to homeowners and make sure their home is safe, secure, and functional. And that means having doors, windows that close, one working bathroom, power, and bedrooms for people who reside in the home prior to the disaster. Back to you.
All right, Rochelle, thank you very much. A Tuskegee Airman, World War II and Korean War veteran, honored for his dedication, accomplishments, sacrifices, and service to our country today in Pine Bluff. Sergeant First Class Thomas Franklin Vaughns is 99 years old and has worn many hats. The Arkansas native served as an airplane mechanic with the famed Tuskegee Airmen during World War II. He graduated from the University of Arkansas in Pine Bluff in 1950 with a bachelor's degree in science. Vaughns was appointed by former Governor Bill Clinton to the Farm Advisory Board, and today Senator John Bozeman presented him with medals. He also had advice for the younger generation.
Just mean that I've been a servant for the people. That's what it means to me. Stay off drugs. That's number one. When they have an opportunity to go to school, stay in school. And when you come out, come out with the idea of serving people.
Good advice. Vaughn says his secret to looking good and living a long time is simple. No smoking, no alcohol. The Deputy Chief of Staff for the Army also recognized Vaughns for his service, and the Mayor of Pine Bluff declared today, August 21st, 2019, as Thomas Franklin Vaughns Day. Congratulations to him, and thank you for all you've done.
A well-deserved honor, and looking and listening to him, 99 years old, my goodness, if we all could be that blessed.
Yeah.
It was very nice to see.